Hey everyone, Slash 2X. I figured I'd go ahead and shoot a quick video as we're winding down the beta process. We're getting ready to move into the Gamma. That's going to be for all the people that have pre-purchased their Elite package. They're going to go ahead and get the Mercenary Edition. I'm one of those people, so I'll be moving into the Gamma here shortly. Right now we're still in beta. They did add a little minor update, fix some tweaks and issues. 3.9.1 is what we're currently on. I figured I'd go ahead and do a quick video explaining a little bit about the process for starting up the game. Because I've gone through so many wipes, did early alpha, beta, and now we're moving into the game, and I've done the different levels of beta. Every few weeks it seemed like there was another wipe. So gotten a little bit of practice in starting over and over again. What I do recommend is first you hit up the bulletin board. You're going to start with that low-level ship, that Sidewinder. Take a couple of these missions, the easy, quick missions you can get at the beginning. Go ahead and just get them out of the way. Your goal is you need to pick which ship you want to move into and focus on getting that particular ship line. So you have two really lines you can focus on. You can either go with hauling cargo. Hauling cargo is a good way to make money without using missions. Or, alternatively, you can go for attack. You can go ahead and go that either bounty route or pirate route. To be perfectly honest, piracy does not pay that well initially. It is too difficult to get enough stolen goods to make a decent profit ordinarily. I mean, you can sometimes make out a decent profit. The problem is when you start looking at blowing ships up and scooping up their cargo or something like that, that's just not cost effective. It takes too much time. Now, if you're doing bounty hunting, it can be very cost effective. That can save a lot of time and money right there. Bounty hunting, sometimes you can get those $3,000-$4,000 bounties. Go ahead and blow up that ship, run back and get paid for it, run around, pick up some more bounties, keep doing the same thing over and over again. It really is about your playstyle and your preference. So this right here is the hauler. It's one of the earlier ships you can get that has the decent tonnage. As you can see, it's not huge. It's only got 8 total. Now keep in mind, if you find a location where you can upgrade to maybe get 8 cargo capacity for each of these, you could have a total of 16 max. If you started replacing some of these other items with the cargo racks, then you could get even more storage. I've seen people take off the shield generator. I don't know if I recommend that. One hard bump into a physical object and you're toast. But I've seen people do it. So realistically, you could probably get a good 3 racks in here. Again, that's if you pick the cargo route. Wherever you do, you got to pick and you got to stick with it. It only costs 52,000 credits, so it's not exactly like it's a giant investment. This is the route I usually go. I go with the Eagle. This is your light fighter. It's a thin fighter. It doesn't take a lot of damage to blow these things up sometimes. So they're a little bit of that glass cannon concept where they can do a decent amount of damage, but they can't really take much of a beating. It does have 3 different hard points for mounting things into. They only show 2 here. Here we are. If we go up a little higher, there's the 3 hard points. So it comes with 2 lasers. I do recommend picking up another laser personally. Now, keep in mind, when you're using lasers, they do have that cross capacity for eating through your energy pretty quickly, but that's more of that personal preference thing. So that'd be your first purchase, either picking up an Eagle or a hauler. Pick your route and stick to it. So after that, you can start looking at your higher level stuff. That's where, alright, the next step in Eagle would be to go to this Viper. Get yourself a much stronger version of pretty much the same thing. This is what you're going to be wanting to use to run around and get those bounties pulled down as quickly as you can. Doesn't start with a ton of storage space. If you want to get more storage, you have to eat into other items or increase the efficiency of this particular item here. Doesn't have a giant fuel capacity either by default. So those are some things to consider. As far as cost, it's not too expensive. They don't have one at this station, I believe. Let me look. Nope. But the Cobra, while it is the upgrade from the hauler, it also has that ability to do bounty hunting. The big difference between the Cobra and the Viper as far as what they're able to do. The Viper is pretty much the same frame, but with speed and maneuverability and the ability to dish out that damage. Versus the Cobra, it's more about how much storage you can have. It gives you all the different internal options for the different racks and whatnot. So it really can be a mercenary ship as well. You really can do bounty hunting in it. I do quite a bit of bounty hunting in those. But realistically, given the fact its turn radius is a little weak, you're probably better off going with a Viper if you're going to go bounty hunting. That's obviously a personal opinion. Your Anaconda is kind of that uber upgrade. As you can see, maneuverability is almost non-existent on these things. And they haul a ton of space, but they're also really expensive too. So you get that trade-off. I've seen people in them, and you don't want to mess with them. These things can ruin your life. Just because of the size, they have those large hard points. They can mount a huge hard point even, and absolutely positively ruin your day. But they don't move exactly very quickly, so kind of that wonderful trade-off. If you're going for more of your combat type ship, you probably want to head into the ASP. So, that said, the next thing I want to cover real quick is going to be the board types. So if you go into here, your outfitting, take a look at your different weapons. Looking here, you have your different options. Me personally, I'm a big laser fan. You don't have to worry about ammo. I ordinarily will have 1 or 2 lasers that I put on like some sort of gimbal, and then I'll have something that's fixed to get the extra damage. So me personally, probably the next thing I'm going to be looking at is picking up this beam laser and mounting it on this hard point right here. Now, keep in mind, before I can do that, first thing I have to do, go ahead and invest a little bit in getting some more juice. My power plant's not strong enough yet. So, while I'd like this beam laser right now, I'm not purchasing it. All it's going to do is shut my ship down. So I'm going to be coming over here looking for, getting a more effective power distributor and also picking up a more effective power plant. See if I can get something with a little more oomph to it. Obviously there's nothing here for sale, but I'm still keeping an eye out for it. So that's the base recommendation I really have for people, is get your feet under you as far as picking that initial ship. You have to get out of that Sidewinder as soon as possible. Pick your ship and run with it. And then if you pick a ship, you need to run with its type. Those haulers are not good for combat in any way, shape, or form. Don't go out trying to pick a fight in one of those things. You literally want to haul from point A to point B, sprint as much as you can. If somebody starts to interdict you, either escape, or if you get caught, try to get out as soon as you can. Don't even pause for a fight. If you get the Eagle, you kind of have that mid-range ability for fighting. You need to evaluate whether or not you can take out that target. So, since I have the Eagle, I'm going to go ahead and step out real quick, see what we have outside, see if there's any targets worth initially popping at. There's probably not going to be anything of major interest initially. As you can see, I do have a bounty I need to go pick up. Also, I found this mission, which I have not been able to find any information about. So far, even just a simple Google search, nobody's found anything. I think it's something they just recently added. So, as you can see, there's a ton of people in this area right now. Everybody's starting to pick their ships and pick their routes. Nice and low. Feedback landing gear. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, this Black Crow. I don't know what the mission latency again. That does happen still, I've noticed. Especially with, given how many people are. Look at this, getting a little bit of issue with that pivotability. So, Black Crow, I don't know who they are, but the mission is worth like $140,000. I imagine it's going to be something huge. So, that's the only thing I don't like about their missions here. It doesn't tell me what kind of ship Black Crow's flying. I imagine it's something really heavy. Like, knowing my luck, it's an Anaconda. Feedback engage. So, I'm actually not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to go into Super Cruise, see if I can find anything in Super Cruise. I do have the interdictor, so I have the ability to pull people over. Yeah, still getting a little bit of latency here. Let's see what we have. I'm trying not to mess with any people, but just because they're usually not worth the time to pull over. Either they don't have enough money, or... Let's see, harmless. Oh, and gone. Okay, give me a good target. Give me a target to work with. A dangerous hauler. I don't know how you really get to that. That's the only thing I'm not really a fan of with the new system. I don't really agree with a hauler being able to be dangerous. I don't know how exactly the ranks are going to work with the other types of rankings, but we do have that addition now. If you look over here, while I'm pivoting away, you have combat, trade rank, and explorer rank. So I don't know if maybe I would have seen that superseded, or if you only see because so far all I've seen in that middle ranking are the combat rankings still. So I don't know if maybe someone else has seen that. If you have, feel free to throw it in the comments. So far all I've seen this harmless over and over again. You know, elite. I think I saw one of those a while back. I've seen all sorts of people that are, you know, at the novice level or dangerous, but I have not seen anything as far as the others are concerned. Oh, I'm getting pulled over. Let's see by who. I have no idea what just happened. Either I evaded it, or they caught me and I glitched. That was very weird. And I'm starting to see a little bit of that too, especially in these more occupied systems. I'm trying to get behind this guy, because a Viper that's wanted should be a decent pay rate. Speed's not going to match up though, are you? Oh, I think he may be trying to pull me over. Yep. See how he's pivoting towards me now? Unless he's picked a fight with that guy over there instead. Nope. He went to the other guy instead. I think that could be why it started lagging there. It couldn't make up its mind. I have seen the orcas floating around quite a bit. Let's go ahead and peek over here, see if we can find one that I can actually get to in time before it disappears. No, looks like they're all gone. I'll scan through. Federal dropship. I've gotten pulled over by one of those twice now. It is not worth the fight. Sidewinder, cops, more cops. Let's see if we have anything here of interest. Of course, after I get done talking about all the virtues of bounty hunting, I can't find a bounty that's worth anything. It's probably the system I'm in, to be perfectly honest. So, I may throw the video on a brief pause while I locate a worthwhile bounty. So, should be seeing me skip to hopefully a good target here in a few moments. Alright, so I found a good target finally. As you can see, I'm pulling up behind him, decent clip, and then I have my interdictor I'm about ready to kick in. Here we are. Now I just have to ride the tether, see if I can keep up with him. Oh, there we go. Interdiction complete. Let's see what happens. I got him. See, this is a problem I've noticed on a couple of them. So far, interdictions have been pretty successful, but able to get through what I need. Yeah, no one came through. That's unfortunate. Well, that's the basic process. You do have to get behind them, get the interdictor kicked on, and then try to attempt to see if you can get them to get pulled down into your instance. For whatever reason, that guy did not. The only thing I can think of is I had a little latency kicked in as I actually did that. So, well, that's the base process. Just a little bit of a starter video. Hopefully I'll get some combat I can do for the next one. Unfortunately, it looks like we're not able to find anybody that's going to work at the moment. So, feel free to go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button if you like the video. There's more information to come yet. I'm going to be doing more coverage as soon as we get into the Gamma, and I'm also going to go ahead and put some additional instructions on bounty hunting specifically. I want to make a video just about bounty hunting, so expect that in the future as well. I'll probably have a video that pretty exclusively covers how to go about that, where to collect your stuff at, things along those lines. Thanks again for watching.